Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you're running Visual ERP, you already know how powerful the core system can be, but you probably also know the classic pain points.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the struggle to get fast, accurate insights without getting completely buried in data that's already stale. Waiting 45 minutes for a QRP report to run, only to find it's out of date.
Exactly. And those QRP reports, the quick report processor ones, they are notoriously inflexible. Our source material today is all about a suite of tools, BMS tools or BMS365, that were built over 15 years specifically to fix those gaps in Visual ERP.
So the mission is really about control.
It's about maximizing data accuracy, driving productivity, and, well, delivering real cost savings.
Okay, so our deep dive today is going to unpack this whole tool set. We're going to look at how these apps can modernize everything from financial reporting and variance analysis all the way to streamlining manufacturing and basically automating the entire paper trail.
And we should definitely mention a key detail from the sources. There are advanced AI features that have been in development for a while, and they're scheduled to roll out across these modules all through 2025.
And that's for all current Visual versions.
Yep, including the brand new Visual 11.
Perfect. So this is for you, the learner. If you need that fast-track understanding of which tools can really transform your operations, this is your shortcut. So where do we start? Let's begin where every business does, the general ledger.
Let's do it. We'll start with the core of financial control, the BMS eBoard applications, because, if your GL isn't accurate and on time, nothing else really matters.
And the star of the show here seems to be the fin board. The sources frame this as the replacement for all that painful GL reporting.
It is. It's designed for accounting pros and for the C-suite.
Yeah.
The biggest improvement is just the immediacy. You get real-time data analytics right in the application.
And you can get it out easily.
One-click export to Excel. No more struggling with weird formats or clunky imports. Out of the box, you get your balance sheet, income statement, and trial balance right away.
But the real power isn't just the defaults, is it? It's the customizability.
Absolutely. The strength is the report builder. You can create completely new GL reports just by dragging and dropping from your chart of accounts.
So you don't need to call IT for every little change.
You don't. It democratizes reporting. Now, this is where it gets strategic, moving from just reporting to actual insight, variance analysis.
The ability to compare actuals to budget or even against previous years.
That's the critical piece for strategic management. It's how you assess profitability, how you pinpoint where you need to improve. Are material costs creeping up? Is labor efficiency dropping? The comparison instantly flags those variances that need your attention.
And that ties right into the gross profit module, because you can't analyze profit if you don't know what your costs really are.
Right. And the GP module is all about transparency. It gives everyone, execs, finance, product managers, a multidimensional look at cost allocation. We're talking materials, labor, burden, outside services.
No, it's not just seeing that a product has a low margin.
It's knowing why. Was it a spike in material cost? An issue with burden?
Yeah.
It lets you understand your true operating leverage and your break-even points, product by product.
Okay, let's talk process.
Right.
The month-end close, it's universally dreaded.
It is. The month-end tool is designed to simplify that whole thing. It's built around a master checklist.
A checklist is great, but how do you make sure people actually use it?
Yeah.
That it doesn't just become, shelfware.
That was a huge focus. It's not a static list. It has built-in microlearning activity, short videos, SOPs, little tips based on 15 years of consulting experience. It keeps it fresh, and it works as ongoing training.
So it enforces consistency.
And that reduces the need to call in expensive help. And to back all that up, you have the financial audits.
To make sure the numbers are bulletproof.
Exactly. It runs targeted audits, PO accrual, API cash analysis. But the real flexibility comes from the audits editor. It lets your administrators design their own custom audit scripts to match your specific internal controls.
Okay, that moves us logically from the balance sheet right out onto the factory floor. We've locked down the financial accuracy, so the next question is, are the numbers coming from operations even correct to begin with?
This is where the BMS inventory applications come in, and the foundation for all of it is the inventory reconciliation app. In the old world, troubleshooting an inventory discrepancy could take days.
And a lot of consulting fees.
A lot. This app gives you real-time inventory valuation and transaction-level detail. It just cuts out all that investigative time and cost.
And this extends to work in process, to WIP as well.
It does. The WIP module gives you a clear path to find discrepancies and drill down to the specific job to see exactly where costs went wrong.
And a key detail in the sources is the history, right? You can reconcile for past periods.
Yes, that ability to roll back and audit historical transactions is, well, it's priceless during your annual audits.
To keep the whole database healthy, there's also the manufacturing audits module.
Right, it's like a continuous health monitor. It runs over 30 different scripts that are always checking the visual database for integrity. That's absolutely critical for making sure your costing stays accurate over time.
And when you're making complex products, the bill of materials, the BOM, can become a real maze.
Oh, a total labyrinth. That's what the WANG Master Exploder is for. If you have a bomb that's, say, 7 levels deep, trying to explode that in a legacy system is a nightmare. This tool streamlines it for deep cost and lead time analysis.
Let's talk about compliance. In industries like aerospace or medical devices, traceability isn't optional.
It's everything. The trace tree module handles this with surgical precision. It does both forward tracing, so from a component arriving at your door to the final product it goes into, and backward tracing, from a finished product all the way back to the original material batch.
And auditors want the paper trail, not just the data, the drawings, the specs.
That's where the integrated document packager comes in. It automatically finds and collects all those related documents from work orders and purchase orders, PDFs, CAD drawings, you name it.
And compiles them.
It can even merge them into a single master PDF package. What used to be a massive manual task is now a single click.
That's a huge shift.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the physical inventory count? The process that usually means shutting everything down.
The physical count module uses a wireless mobile interface with barcoding, so it's much faster right away.
But the sources say the mobile part isn't even the biggest deal. What's the real game changer in that process?
It's the pre-check. The module performs a variance analysis before the count sheets are uploaded to the ERP.
Wait, before? So you can check it first.
Precisely. It lets you review the financial impact, see the dollar difference, and decide if you need to recount anything before you post it. It eliminates days of headaches downstream.
That is a massive strategic advantage. All right, let's shift to automation, going paperless, and the tech behind it all.
The goal here is pretty simple. Use paperlessness to get a competitive edge.
I love that anecdote in the sources about how automating invoicing can take a task that was 30 or 60 minutes a day down to less than a minute.
That's real time saved. And it's done with modules like invoicing and customer statement. They automatically create PDF and email documents. Then they file the PDFs neatly on your network.
Okay, can you clarify something for our accounts receivable folks? The difference between a statement and a dunning letter.
Sure. A statement is just a summary of all unpaid invoices for a customer. A dunning letter is different. It's a formal reminder specifically for an overdue payment.
And that can be automated.
The Dunning Letters module automates creating and sending them. You can even set it up to escalate the tone, from a polite nudge to a more insistent demand, the longer a payment is late.
And the technology behind all these new reports. We're moving away from the old QRP Gupta stuff.
Right. Everything. The paperless modules, the label generator, is built on SSRS, which is SQL Server Reporting Services. The key thing to know is that it's a free, standard Microsoft product. It's way more flexible and easier to customize than the old proprietary systems.
And finally, on the automation front, what about paying vendors?
There's an AKIA TEFWire transfers module. It lets you pay vendors electronically right from Visual by creating the bank file for you. And it automatically emails the vendor with all the payment details, which they love.
True end-to-end efficiency. Okay, let's move into our final section, strategic planning. Using all this newly accurate data to look ahead, starting with forecasting.
This is where the projected QA module comes in. It's all about optimizing your inventory levels and supporting your sales and operations planning by projecting inventory out over any time horizon you want.
So how does it go beyond just being a number on a spreadsheet? How is it actionable?
It's the color-coded display. It gives you this instant visual cue about potential shortages or surpluses. And crucially, it tells you exactly which customer orders you can't fill with your current plan. The sources call it an immediate call to action.
That same visibility must be powerful for scheduling, too.
It is. The load and capacity module gives you a much better view of your schedules with a Gantt chart interface that looks a lot like Microsoft Project.
And how do you spot if a machine or a work center is overloaded?
The tool shows you the available capacity versus the current load in a separate chart. So you can see immediately if a resource is over or underloaded and then balance the work.
Okay, this is all incredibly powerful.
Mm.
But what if your business has really unique rules or processes? What's the customization layer look like?
Great question. There are two key tools for flexibility. First is the logic extender. This lets you pull extra data like a last transaction date or a quality code into any standard BMS screen. It enhances the view without touching the core code.
And the second one sounds more for the admins, for control.
That's the post-processor. It's designed for administrators to create and maintain SQL scripts that enforce your critical business rules. For example, a rule that says, you can't release this part to stock until QA has signed off,
So the admin writes the rule.
and then enforces it everywhere. Users can be given permission to run the script to check things, but they can't change the integrity rule itself.
It's about building control right into the system. So summarizing the customer feedback from the sources, what was the big takeaway?
It really boiled down to being proactive instead of reactive. Customers kept saying the apps help them spot problems, identify issues, and really stay on top of the data. It's about leveraging time and productivity within the visual you already have.
So we've covered a ton here, from building custom gross profit reports in real time, to automating inventory reconciliation, all the way to cutting document processing from minutes down to seconds.
We've seen how these tools boost productivity and ensure data integrity, but it really makes you wonder, if you can now build unlimited custom SQL scripts with the post processor to enforce all your business rules automatically, how does that change the job of the IT manager?
That's a great question.
Are they no longer just a firefighter putting out data fires, but instead they become the chief architect of business process compliance?
The IP manager as the architect of compliance. That is a profound idea to chew on. We will leave that with you. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Until next time.